Yeah, we talked about a variety of different kinds of medications, including anti-anxiety meds as well as antidepressants. And we learned that some people who may be taking these medications might need to be extra vigilant this summer.
For years now, pharmacist Clint Hopkins has worked with patients to make sure they not only have their medications, but understand their potential side effects. And lately, he's been talking to them about the heat.
Any medications that you take can potentially interfere with your thermoregulation or your body's ability to control your temperature in the heat.
Certain medications, he says, including a variety of blood pressure and diabetes medications, as well as antidepressants and anti-anxiety drugs, can potentially make you more prone to being physically impacted by the high temperatures.
Those meds already can dehydrate you even in regular, normal room temperatures. You have to drink extra water when you're taking those medications. And with the added heat, the body has a hard time keeping up.
At UC Davis Medical Center, Dr. James Allen Bourgeois is the vice chair of the hospital's psychiatry services. He says it's important people who take medication for their mental health be aware of how their meds could interact with the heat.
The thinking is some of the antipsychotics and some of the antidepressants, in addition to their effect, of course, they affect the whole brain, obviously, but in addition to their effect on mood or psychosis or other mental symptoms, they may affect some other physical processes, one of which is heat regulation.
He says sometimes these types of medication make patients sweat more, which can affect their ability to tolerate the temperatures.
Like these guys.
And it's that awareness Hopkins is stressing too, as the heat persists.
If you're feeling faint, if you're feeling dizzy, if you're feeling dehydrated, drink extra water, get out of the sun, get out of the heat.
Yeah, and both the pharmacist and the doctor that we talked to said if you start to feel those side effects, you really do want to get out of these hot temperatures, get some water. But if that feeling of being hot persists and you've noticed that you stop sweating, it might actually be time to seek medical care. In Sacramento, Leanne Danier, KCRA 3 News.
Yeah, some things just to be aware of. Thanks for that, Leanne.